man, just call me, don't leave me. My nigga Dre left me. So I was fucking my baby mother, so she was washing me up and shit while I'm laying down. When nigga Dre got shot, I felt that shit.
In a conversation on Clubhouse with Wack 100 and the 100 side, in typical Ears the Christ fashion, Ears would open up with how much he loved and respected Dre and was willing to lay his life down for Dre if given the chance or opportunity to do so, stating how he begged Dre to leave the life and just get out of the game, also begging Dre not to leave him to conduct the one last deal with Alpo before they planned to leave for California.
So I'm like, man, just call me, don't leave me. My nigga Dre left me. So I was fucking my baby mother, so she was washing me up and shit while I'm laying down. When nigga Dre got shot, I felt that shit. Cause I jumped up like, damn, my nigga. Calling him, no answer. I went around the way, everybody looking for, all of my niggas looking for Dre. I said, I know we gonna go to the spots where we meet the Alpo, the Red at. I went to all the spots. We met the Red at before. He wasn't dead. But they did, they killed my nigga and took him off an exit and dropped him in Kenilworth in an alley.
Yeah, that's around my way.
Yo, didn't they take his Rolex?
No, that's a boom. I got my nigga Rolex. I went on jewelry back there, but
glad you cleared that shit up.
Nah, they ain't taking my nigga. I got both my niggas Rolex. I had the two-tone Rolex. I let my man Diego hold a platinum all-gold Rolex. I wasn't wearing jewelry back there. I was breaking short. Diamonds fall out. I was wild, niggas. I really had jewelry like that. So nah, he ain't got my man nigga Rolex. Nah, that's cap. Like the rappers say, nah. And so that's how we had a fallout. So they tricked my nigga, took like 2 something, and that was it.
Ears would share that he and Dre's relationship was so intimate that during intimacy, when Andre Tank Johnson was shot and killed, Ears felt it and raced to Tank's aid, searching far and wide for both Alpo and Tank to no avail, revealing that Alpo and Little Gary had robbed Tank for just the $250,000 and that he retrieved both Tank's Rolex watches only to give one to a friend called Diego because he didn't wear jewelry, which doesn't make a lot of sense, but we'll talk about that in a few.
Hey, yo, Ed.
Yep.
Yo, he stopped fucking with y'all when Jawbreaker shot him that night?
Nah, because this happened later because we went to see him in the hospital when he got shot. I don't know if he got shot twice. I think I might got shot twice, 2 different times, because when we went to see him in the hospital, he had said, Kenny Man, my homeboy and them shot up 5th and Northwest niggas, Kenny Man and them. So when we went up there, he had like 3 or 4 bricks in the bag. We got the bricks off of him, and like, we got you when you get out. So he was like, I said, what the fuck happened? He was like, man, niggas try to rob me. And he told us this particular time it was Kenny Man, Uptown niggas.
Oh, okay.
But my other homies, but the Trinidad niggas home shot him too. Man, Roy, everybody was leaning on that nigga.
Yeah, he had jumped off the bike. They was trying to kidnap him.
When asked about Jawbreaker shooting Alpo and the effects it may or may not have had on their business, Ears will reveal that he and Tank visited Poe in the hospital and that Poe told them that Kenny Man from 5th and O Street was responsible for the shooting. Later, Ears will become enraged and go on a rant when asked about Wayne Perry and his dealings with the newly released DC Kingpin turned informant, Rayful Edmond.
Hey, yo, Ed, what the fuck is wrong with Wayne, my nigga, saying he Jack and Ray, man? He said he don't give a fuck that his cousin told, man. He said he gonna still Jack.
Man, I don't know what's up with WP, man. WP, wow. I don't know what's up with that nigga. First of all, you got all his life sentence because of Red. You went back on another Red, nigga, you done lost your mind, man. I don't know what's up with that nigga. I don't know. I can't speak on that mentality. If you're in there for a Red, just tell him when you got 5 life sentence, how the fuck you gonna back a Red up. I don't give a fuck. Your son a Red. I ain't fucking with him. My daughter Red, I'm not fucking with you.
Nah, that's real shit.
You can't be that 50 playing shit, that favoritism. That's why I been trying to tell niggas. Oh, he ain't telling on me. Fuck you mean he ain't telling on you, but he told, nigga. If we have to tell again, you might be next, motherfucker. The fuck you talking about? Yeah, I don't know what's up with WP. WP on some wild shit.
Yeah, I can't call that shit either. I wouldn't even expect, Wayne to fuck with him like that.
Yeah, no bullshit. I don't give a fuck with my son. My son told I ain't fucking with him.
Lastly, Ears would detail an interaction between himself, Wayne Perry, and Alpo after Tank's passing. Stay tuned for the breakdown. It's going to be a good one. It's up next.
After they set my man up and killed them, I got Chico the Rep used to be my homie, and KO the Rep used to be my homie. I got a bra. I'm driving past the Metro Club. I see their car. I pulls over. I double park. I run up in the Met. So I go up in the Met. Chico the Rep and KO the Rep by the door. So I'm like, man, what the fuck is up? Them niggas here. I said, who in here? He say, WP and Alpo the Rep. I said, why the fuck y'all niggas ain't beat me and call me and tell me? So soon as I said that to them, Alpo the Rep pulled up on me. Man, what's up, man? I heard you say I had something to do with your man getting killed. I said, listen, man. I told a broad that he had something to do with my man getting killed. I said, I don't tell no bitches none of my business, nigga. If I thought you had something to do with my man getting killed, I'm gonna pull you up on it. Just that and that. Man, we cool, man. You need anything? I'll never do that shit to you and Dre. Dre, my nigga. Big Ed Gary did that. He told on Big Ed Gary right there. Big Ed Gary did that. So I appreciate that, man. All right, bet. Whatever. Shook his hand. I got love for that. So, all right, yeah, whatever. He stepped off. So as soon as he stepped off, I guess WP heard about me, but he ain't know how I look. So he came over here. A bitch came beside me. He came over looking at the bitch, trying to talk to the bitch. But he's scoping me out all the time to see how I look. I'm looking at this nigga like, come on, WP, really?
All right, peace. You already know where you at and who you rocking with, right? All right, so let's get to that then, man. Let's talk about ears first. Let's get to this clip right here, man. Listen to this.
So what Poe did up in New York, I don't have nothing to do with that. I don't know.
Now, I know you heard that, right? Dog said Poe. Not Poe this, Poe that. He said Poe. What Poe did up in New York, I like to think that that's my influence on Dog. You feel me? Like, I call Poe Alpo Poe a lot. It's not a lot of people that do that. Some do, but it's often seen and heard right here on Up for Debate TV. That lets me know that indeed Ears is a fan of sorts, of mine and of Poe's. You know what I'm saying? So how can you be mad at a dude like that for saying the things that he says? Easily. But dig this here. We'll get into that a little bit later. I got a little bit to say about this. I don't know what to call it. Interview, conversation. You could tell that the dudes that did it didn't know very much about the story. I mean, they kept trying to connect him to New York and paid in full and say that was this and this was that. And as you heard in the clip again, Dog said what he did up in New York, I don't know nothing about that. That paid in full, no, that was New York. But see, that was a creation of his own when he came out with the paid in full DC way. Paid in full too, the DC way. All in the club with money and all black and this and that and the other, faking like he had goons and doing this and that and the other. You feel me? That was a wave he created. So now they think, oh, they was piggybacking on some DC jive and made paid in full and hot. Nah, the other way. The other way. At least he was decent enough. He had enough integrity that way to let them know that they was wrong, because you feel me? I feel like he was asked a multitude of questions that he didn't have the answer to. But he guessed. The only true thing that came out of his mouth that is fact, that is the fact that Poe came to DC by way of those women, Inga, Karen, and Kim. You know what I'm saying? And then he went from there. That was factual, actual factual. You know what I'm saying? It can be traced. All that other stuff, man, we about to talk about it, dog. Check it out. So Dre gets shot, and Ears says that he felt it. Again, that's interesting. I've talked about this before, man. Let me shout out to the notes. Let me consult the notes on this. You mean to tell me that he and Dre had that deep of a relationship? You know how intimate of a relationship that is for you to feel danger for somebody else? For you to feel their pain even? I mean, he says he was in the middle of intimacy, of an intimate situation, when he felt the intimacy of his love and admiration for Dre in his gut. I mean, I wonder how that went. And she said, baby, what's wrong? And he said, oh shit, Dre. Because at least I bet you he at least told her. He said, they tried to push, I'm getting ahead of myself. He said they tried to push up on me and said I told the woman something about this and that and other. I bet you he told her, oh, Dre was doing this, I gotta go. I mean, he was in the middle of an intimate situation, right? That says a lot. Without saying a lot. I mean, that's something to be explained. There's some details we missing, man, but I'm going to let that go for right now, man. We'll get to a little something else, man. You feel me? Because, like I said, man, that's very, very deep. That's intimate, man. When my girl is in pain, I feel it. You know, not regular cramping pain, first of the month pain or something like that. You know what I mean? I'm talking about pain when she hurting. You know what I'm saying? When she hurt in her heart, when she hurt in her spirit. Goddamn, when I feel danger, when she's with or away from me, I can feel that. And you mean to tell me y'all had that type of intimacy between the two? Anyway. Let's talk about this. So Lil Gary and Alpo take Tank out, rob him of 250 large, and Ears is happy that they didn't steal the watches. He says he retained both of Tank's watches. But then he says some weird stuff like, what do you say? Like he gave one of the watches to his man's Diego. Somebody make that make sense. Where's Diego? Hey, Diego. Hey, Dora and Diego. What was it? Finding Diego? What was it? Dora the Explorer and Diego. I don't know what he was doing. Diego was doing something though. You feel me? I don't know his song. I know Dora. Anyway, like I said, I'm getting off topic right here. Who is Diego, man? We need to know. I mean, Tank is a guy that you had a bunch of love and admiration for. You've stated that over and over again. You open up every ceremony by saying and stating as much or whatnot. So we've already established that you had a very intimate relationship between the two of you guys. So why then would you retrieve his watches only to give it to another man? Did you need to re-up? Huh? You said you had some money tied up in that, so what you get, Tank, a little 20 or something on that 250, and that popped you, so you needed something back, and one of them, that boy had platinum on it. You said platinum diamonds, and you gonna blame it on the fact that you tear up jewelry. I tear up jewelry. I was a young wild thing. I was out here tearing up jewelry, so I didn't wear it anyway. So, I let my man Diego hold it. That doesn't make a lot of sense, homeboy. You got to come better, man. But not for the people, the crowd that you were entertaining, evidently. You know what I'm saying? And again, this interview can be seen on Ray Gibbs TV, and the link will be in the description box. All right, so this dude goes on to say that Alpo is a this and a that, and you can't believe nothing that comes out of that dude's mouth. I bet you believe what he said happened to Tank, don't you? That's crazy. You can't believe nothing that came out of his mouth. He a hater. What did he ever have to hate on? He ain't never hated on. He ain't even never mentioned Ears. So how is he a hater? First of all. Second of all, you was ready to let Ears tell him he was ready to kill Tank's girl for cheating on Tank, or for getting pregnant by somebody else or something. I don't know. He was ready. He said that in the interview. He wanted to kill her. I'm like, oh my God, what is wrong with this guy? Man, anyway. I bet you believe what Alpo said about Tank. I mean, he did give y'all closure, right? If not, y'all would just know that he was left in the alley or whatnot. You feel me? You'd have had an inkling. You'd have had a thought about something, but you wouldn't know exactly what happened. So he did give you closure. I mean, come on. Give him some credit. So here's another point, man. So Poe gets shot, and Ears and Tank go to the hospital and get 3 bricks from him. Odd, but not odd enough not to happen. Because here, take this and get out of here. But in doing so, Poe reveals that Kenny Man from 5th and O had shot him. And then Ears says that Roy and them was leaning on him too, and he was shot by some other dudes in his neighborhood. So now it's getting out of control. See, this is where the yeast starts coming in at, because we know of 2 incidents of him being shot. So is Ears trying to add another incident, say some other dude shot him too while he was down there? How many times did he get shot down there? 2. So they brought up Jawbreaker. Did y'all business go bold when Jawbreaker this and that and the other? He said, nah, we went and got some bricks from him. He said it wasn't. He said it was Kenny Man and him. He didn't say it was Jawbreaker, but some other niggas shot him too. And Roy and them was leaning on him. So that's like 3 times against it. Like I said, man, that's G's. That stinks of cap. You feel me? Like the rapper said, as he said, that stinks of cap. You know what I mean? He said, this is one of the interviewers. And what I'd like to know is when this happened. He said, yo, ears, WTF is wrong with Wayne Perry saying that he's jacking Rayful and he jacking his cousin. He don't care if his cousin told or nothing. He jacking him coming home. When did Wayne start making statements? Who did you hear that from? Don't tell me you've been watching the DC Blacks and goddamn one of them dudes over there. You've been listening to the convicted sex offender over there. You know what I'm saying? That talks on that screen often by the name of Fly. You know what I'm saying? Don't tell me you listening to them or something like that, because you know Wayne don't make statements. You feel me? I don't know when the last time he made a public statement through anybody. So when would he say that he was jacking? Come on, man. And then for ears to feed into that. He fed into that, talking about he don't know what's wrong with WP and this and that and the other. You got 5 life sentences because of a rat. So why would you jack a rat? Why would you be backing a rat and this and that and the other? He went so far as to say, if my son or daughter was a rat, I'm leaving them alone. Ooh, that's gangster. You want these youngers to think you gangster, huh? And them young boys is in the background talking about, yeah, that's true, that's real, that's real. No, it ain't. No, it's not, nigga. I don't care what my child does to anybody else out here on this earth. You feel me? Outside of civility. You feel me? We don't mess with rapists. We don't mess with sex offenders, tree jumpers, none of that. That's what I mean outside of civility. But what? You think I'm about to tell my son to get away from me because he told on another nigga and he talking about you might be next? Man, cut it out, nigga. He not being real with them young boys on the other side of that phone. And if he is, he got life and BS all rearranged, dog. And you could tell him I said it. Ear, you probably watching. Ears, you got life and BS all twisted up, homeboy. What are you talking about, man? That's a terrible message. Because what happens if one of them young ladies is offended? Man, we got daughters, we men. We got daughters, we got sons. What if one of our sons is offended? Are you saying that he less of a man for doing it that way, which would by law be the proper way, as opposed to going grab a gun and trying to kill something, trying to squeeze something that he ain't never experienced or she ain't never experienced before? She should be quiet when she's offended at one of these frat parties or one of these raves or something she goes to with a girl, or after one of these concerts when she meets some guys and her girls go kick it with them for a minute. She should be cool because she a rap. And daddy ain't gonna mess with her no more. That's the message that you just gave out, homeboy. What are you talking about, man? You guys gotta think before you speak, really. You know what I mean? Really. You feel me? Let me see. I got some more notes, man. Let me see. Why is all ears friends and plugs rats though? And he not. I'm not saying he is. I mean, I've heard some things, you know, I ain't verifying nothing. I ain't stamping nothing, but you know, talking in jail is the same as talking out of it from what I understand. But he calls him Chico the Rat and KO the Rat. They at the door at the Metro Club. He pull up on WP and Poe there. Nah. Before I get to the rest of the story, he told right then earlier, he said that he was pressing the gas looking for him. He said, man, when he felt that, my man Tank, I got to go. He raced looking for Poe, went to all the spots they met Poe and everything else. If you was on that type of time with him, he was in that club. Why it didn't go up? Why them young men didn't ask him that? If you was on that type of time with him, like you said, not even like I said, you raced every spot they went to, you just knew it was Poe. Why it didn't go up? Why did you take the time to listen to anything he had to say? If he said anything like you said, he said to you. Because it seemed like he pressed you. He pulled up on you talking about what you talking about. You feel me? He say, Poe and them came in, then Poe come up and try to tell him that a female told him something about Tank. And he said he did something to Tank and this and that and the other. That's pressing you, homeboy. I don't care how you look at it. I don't care what you talking about. You ain't roll up on him with nothing. He pulled up on you into what you talking about, man. I heard this. That seemed like he pressed you. And you said, man, I don't talk to women about stuff, man. If it was like that, I'd be up on you. That was a lie. Because it was like that. And you was up on him and you did nothing. So you lied right then and there to his face. You lied in front of KO now and everything else, talking about if it was like that, it'd be like this. And then moreover, he says that after that, Wayne pulled up on him and got closer to him to try to get a good look at him to see who he was and this and that and the other, talking to a female. And he like, come on, man. Listen, dog, you was marked when Poe started talking to you. You feel me? When they realized you was in the club, I'd like to imagine the first thing Poe said was, there that nigga go right there, man. That's that nigga. And then he approached you alone, as you said, and asked you what was going on with this and that and the other. Man, WP was on that whole situation. He ain't had to get closer to you, man. What happened right there was a show of power. It was a show of force. When he got close up on you, he let you know, I do this right here. Little dog, be smart in the Metro Club or I'll leave you here. That's what that was. That wasn't no, he had to get up on me to see who I was and this and that and the other. Nah. That's not the way I perceived that. Now, let me see. I'm off that. So, Poe presses him. Perry gets up on him with a show of force, a show of power. Then he get mad at the rats for not being rats. I don't understand it. I thought he didn't like rats. I thought he said that he don't, if his daughter and his son was rats, then he didn't want to be around no rats. But then he at the door getting mad at the rats for not being rats and telling him that Wayne and Poe was there. Make that make sense, man. It doesn't. It's very ironic, man. If you let somebody talk long enough, anyway. We'll get to that a little bit later as well, man. I got one or two more points to hit, and then I'm out of here, man. He said Wayne tried to get somebody to call me. What'd he say? Wayne tried to get my cousin to call me, talking about we cousins. My cousin Sherm from Herman Gardens, Kentucky Court, he called me talking about we cousins, and I told him F Wayne, why Wayne was home. And everybody talking about he wasn't home, and you wouldn't say that while he was home. But I told my cousin F Wayne why he was home. Listen, dog. And for anybody else that vouched for that, what he just said, man, he didn't say that to Wayne. He was in the club with Wayne. He didn't tell Wayne F him. He didn't say, I don't like you. He didn't say, what you looking at? He said none of that. If you best be sure that if he'd have said anything to Wayne, he'd have made sure he said that to everybody. I told him, dog, what you looking at, dog? Ain't nobody scared of you. You ain't the boogeyman. Whatever he'd have said, he'd have told us he said it. He said nothing. So what you mean I said this while Wayne was home? You act like Wayne was on the phone. Was you talking to Wayne, homie? See, these are questions that these young men should have asked him, but they didn't know very much. As I said before, they trying to make it seem like DC was the whole story about paid in full. They didn't know very much of anything. And I'm glad that Wack didn't engage. From what I heard, Wack did an introduction, but once Ears started talking, he disappeared. You feel me? And let them young boys handle it and ask questions and this and that and the other. So he didn't engage in the foolery that was going on at that point, man. Let me see. I don't know. At the end of the day, I want to know where the young wild dude went that Tank had to put his guns up all the time. You feel me? Like, where did he go? The young animal that tear up jewelry, so he had to give Diego the watch and lend it to him or give it to him or sell it to him because he was broke, because that just happened to the organization and he needed to get back on or whatever the case may have been. What happened to that young animal, man? You feel me? Because this ain't Devil in the Blue Dress and you ain't Don Cheadle, homeboy. You talking about Tank told me put my gun up. I'm like, no, tell him put his gun up. He said, put your gun up. I said, tell him put his gun up. He said, put your gun up, boy. And I put my gun up. I remember that story you told, homeboy. It's still out here, man. Don't make me pull it up and show it to the world, man. Listen, man, you's a do boy. I don't know why you try so hard to connect yourself to these dots, man. Because as Kurt Bone said, you were not his original partner. Kurt Bone was serving his original partner. Kurt Bone had known of you, but he learned of you more so through Tank after the fact that Tank became Tank was made visible to him by his original partner, whom Kurt Bone was already serving. So come on, man. I mean, your whole, like I said before, Kurt Bone basically destroyed your life. I got flack for that. What I meant by that is this, man. His whole claim to fame publicly is paid in full, Alpo, Tank. Somebody tell me wrong. Publicly, as a public figure, his whole thing is paid in full the DC way, paid in full to Tank, Alpo the Rat, Poe, this and that and the other. That's his whole claim to fame, man. So when Kurt Bone told the truth on Vlad TV about the way the course of events really took place and what really went on, it really contradicted a lot of what he was saying was going on in his life. That's why I said contradicts his whole life like that. I mean, a lot of y'all rode the short bus. I guess some of y'all did or didn't even ride a bus at all because you wasn't going to school. But just in case you didn't understand what needed to be understood, I just let you know, man. And I'll be back with more, man, another day. Peace to the gods, peace to the earths. Until we meet again.